Hello and welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. This is episode 10 of our Hunter the Reckoning Chronicle, Whirl and Rush. It's a story about the supernatural, so expect horror and please look after yourselves. Sonia Bacon and Felix the Cat have been working alongside Operation Antigen, which is aiming to rid London of all the vampires under the guise of anti-terrorism. Last session they were given a tour of the facility where the hunter orgs involved in Operation Antigen are keeping their live prisoners. Live is debatable. They're unalive. They're undead, some of whom they have been experimenting on. This might have raised some doubts for our hunters about who the actual bad guys in this situation are, and Sonia sought to try speaking with a small group of vampires she'd previously found lurking in a nightclub in Elephant and Castle. The intelligence contact Simon had a frank discussion with Felix about things, and he had discovered about Felix's background. It's the next day, and Sonia and Felix have met up to discuss what happened the previous day after their tour was finished.
Where are we?
Where would you like to be? In the pub would be an obvious place where you've been staying and working from. I think that's where Felix was.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I went there after meeting the vampires because I didn't want to I didn't want to lie to Millie. I didn't know what to say to her. So I went and slept at the pub, and that's how I'm there.
Yeah, Felix was probably working through the night, smoking as usual. He's got like a bunch of devices scattered around. He's like muttering to himself like Popeye as he works. He seems very distracted and actually unsettled in a way that you haven't seen before, Sonia.
So, morning, Felix. I didn't know you were here.
Is it the morning already?
Yeah.
Out of the way. Move. Hold on.
You doing okay there, buddy?
I'm fine.
I look around at the general mess and look at the bags under his eyes, and I'm just like, did you also have a very strange night?
You could say so.
Do you want to talk about it?
I know entirely too little about this Simon character, and he knows too much about me. I do not care for him.
What does he know?
Felix like considers and he's like, he knows things I'd rather him not know.
Okay. I think I know things now that I think I know things now that would be simpler not knowing.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Masquerade?
No.
I came across some knowledge last night about vampire society. They have rules. It's against their rules to kill humans.
I don't think that's true.
I mean, think about how many times you've actually seen a vampire kill a person when they weren't attacked first or something.
I would say 17.
That's more than I was expecting.
"12 of those was my original unit.
Oh. Well, I mean, this sounds like an area that I shouldn't poke at, but considering where we are, I don't think I have much of a choice. Are you able to tell me what happened to your unit? Apart from, being attacked and killed by lots of vampires.
It's a long story. He like takes off the hat and the fake beard that he's been wearing this whole time you've known him.
What the fuck?
You realize he hasn't been using a French accent for like, I don't know, the last 5 minutes.
Felix, is that You?
Yep. Although, I mean, Felix is a put on.
Everything I knew is wrong.
Sorry to do it to
Everything.
you, kid. I just thought if someone looked into me, it would be good to lay a false trail. And I didn't mean to fool you as long as I did. You seem like a good kid.
I just looked like this at him for a while. I think I'm owed more than that. Like, what's your name?
You could ask Simon. He knows.
Simon's not here. You're here. It seems more prudent to ask you what your name is than go and find this other guy.
Look, too many people know it already. It's a sad story. Names are irrelevant. I'm your partner. That hasn't changed. I hate these things. I kill these things. We do it together. Right?
I don't think I could kill them anymore.
Are you kidding me? Why? They're monsters. You've seen the harm that they cause.
I've seen people who found themselves in a situation and try to live by rules that make the best of it without hurting people.
Yeah,
That's
the
why they
problem
call it
is
a masquerade.
they try to live with it. Look, Sonia, what would happen if you got turned into a vampire tomorrow? Do you think that you would continue on business as usual, just with a special dietary restriction? Would you feed on your friends? Or would you take a short walk out into the sun?
I would change my diet to
Seriously?
a more... I would drink the blood of animals, I guess.
I haven't seen too many of them that do that. It's like it ties them over for a moment, but they can't stay like that forever. Especially not the older ones.
But if you kill them, they'll never change.
That's kind of my point. They're stuck. They don't change. There's no growth. Wherever they were when they died, that's them forever. Except you add bloodthirst, lack of empathy. I don't know. I could go on, but
That isn't who I met last night. If these people were as you describe, I should be dead right now.
they're incredibly intelligent and they play the long game. Not unlike our assignment.
I don't know what long game they could be playing because they seem to be very aware that they're in danger. Why lie to me?
Well, you're pretty scary to them. And as far as anyone knows, you're utterly unique. Kind of makes sense to have you on their side. Look, I'm not saying that some of them here and there are flawed and kind of fall into this life. My issue is that they choose it night after night after night, knowing that eventually they're going to lose control. Eventually they're going to kill people. Like, cut all of the bullshit. At the end of the day, that's what they are. No matter what their intentions are. You probably met some pretty young ones, right?
Yeah.
That's like the whole first part of being a vampire is everybody thinks they're going to do things the right way. They're going to be different. Give them 25 years.
But then this masquerade, if they killed all the people they wanted, then they would be annihilated.
Yeah, I mean, I never heard that word until you said it, but they definitely have territories. They can take here, but not there. I don't know all the details. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm mapping out London, but I've noticed certain ones feed here and not there. And they're tribal, you know, like rival gangs or whatever. I don't know all of the details, but if they call it the masquerade, they call it the masquerade. It just makes sense. They're not going to be out in the open with it.
Maybe that's true, but
Like, look what's happening to them right now. You guys went into, what was it, the Shard? And you wiped the floor with a bunch of them. That's what happens when they draw too much attention. They know that.
which is why they did that. Why they do this masquerade thing.
Yeah, most likely. Look, the young ones, they got tons of ideals. I've talked to a couple of them. They all think they're going to be different. They don't stay that way.
I don't know who to trust. Because, I mean, first, I mean, you have been a loyal friend, but you've also lied to me every time we've spoken since we met.
Yep.
Going around that compound, seeing lots of people torturing others and saying that they want to use these powers to do God knows what. They have turned London into a police state. And so far, 100% of the vampires I have met, which at this point, since this all began, is 4 of them, none of them have tried to kill me. And 3 of them let me live and tried to, and made it very clear that at least at this point, they don't want to kill anyone. They just want to live. So at this point, from my perspective, who the innocents are in this is obvious.
So I'm
Am
trying to
I
get
wrong?
across to you, Sonia. There aren't any innocents. Like vampires or alphabet agency dudes, they're all the same. They start off idealistic. They try to do the best they can for people, and then they get corrupted and awful. Have you considered there are no good guys in this scenario?
I didn't use the word good. I used the word
No,
innocent.
bud. You're very, shall we say, biblical. Like, there's right and there's wrong with you.
Yeah, but there's genocide and there's doing one. And everyone should have a chance at redemption.
Do they want that? Or do they just want a super powered ass kicker to fight the CIA for them?
I haven't met like a big group or organization of vampires here. I've met a couple of kids in a nightclub that aren't really aligned with any big group. They're trying to get out of the city.
So stragglers probably.
Say just people that I don't believe were dishonest.
They sound easy to pick off, honestly.
You can't do that to them. They're the only people that I've met when this started that haven't lied to me, and they're the only people whose goals align with the promise I made. Because I never saw vampires as I saw vampires as being cursed, because that's what happened. They were cursed. They wouldn't ask for it. None of the vampires alive now had any say in what Cain did and what God did to him and what God unleashed on the world. I think these are just. I need to think. I gotta go.
All right, then.
I walk out of the pub, very confused.
I have to unmute myself. Where are you going, Sonia?
I am going to walk to... No, I'm going to bike, obviously. I'm going to bike over to Elephant and Castle and go talk to Millie, I think.
It's daytime, so you don't have anything to worry about there from the other people you know in Elephant and Castle. A little bit of stream business. We have had a hydrate redeem, so I'm going to take a drink. I saw you take one, Felix, just now. So thanks, Lanny. It's tea. Don't worry, I'm not drinking coffee at this hour. Felix, what are you going to do while you're staying?
That's a good question. I think. Sorry, Michelle. She was talking about going to a nightclub and meeting a bunch of young vampires that weren't connected with the big power players. Those guys sound great for hunting purposes. So I'm gonna see if I can triangulate her position last night with my devices, so I get an idea of the club that she went to.
Okay. You've got some good devices for this. I will have to consider what role this is going to be. It's going to be a technology. It's going to be technology and something else. I usually have all your sheets to hand, and for some reason I didn't take them down. Give me a second.
To avoid metagaming accusations,
Yeah.
the thing I was planning after Millie was to give the vampires a call.
Yeah, they won't be active until nighttime.
That's fair.
Sonia will know this, I expect. Yeah, let's say intelligence technology. Is that okay? It's going to be a difficulty of 4 for you because this is kind of your thing. 4 successes. Excellent work. So you know exactly where that place was. I've forgotten the name of it. Sonia, can you remember?
I mean, why would I say?
I'm asking you as a coronet. Thank you, because I've got a list of potential venues here, and I couldn't remember which one I'd used.
So once Felix has that, he'll send that info to Simon.
Okay.
And he'll say 4 vampires, young. What other sort of info he dug up, which I know is not a lot.
Okay, so you're basically sending the forces against. That'd be interesting. My pen's run out. This is inconvenient. Simon texts back. You're saying we should go tonight?
Yeah, I do. However, there's a complication.
There's a moment where it's just 3 dots, and then you see, go on.
Sonia might be there. I don't know for sure.
Excellent, so we'll have assistance.
I hope so. Now my turn to do the dots.
The silence is terrifying.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't. If you said something, I didn't hear it.
No, it's you were doing the dots. And then
I disconnected. Sorry,
you're just leaving
I did
unread.
the dots, and then yeah.
Oh wow, that's cold. Okay, Simon's taken that and will contact the appropriate people. Whether they get a group together tonight, because they're all spread around London right now doing very varied things in different locations. They might have just had a big report about something very weird happening in Southall the previous night. So
Yeah, Felix isn't like trying to convince them they have to go immediately or anything. He's just like, here's a tip, right?
Okay.
Like, no
They've taken the
location.
tip and they may act on it tonight, they may act on it tomorrow night, but they'll be acting on it. Sonia, you take bicycle over to Elephant and Castle to where Millie lives. Well, you're shared.
To our home.
Yes. Crypto is very pleased to see you.
I give Crypto a very brief pat on the head.
For
And
people who
then-
haven't been following closely, because I don't know how well we've hit this as like a point, Crypto is Sonia's dog.
Yeah, he's a good boy who's been staying at home. I don't tend to bring him hunts because he's my buddy. And I don't want him to get eaten. But I walk in and I pat Crypto on the head and I turn and I go to Millie and I just say, do you know about the masquerade?
Oh, that's the thing where they all pretend that they don't exist.
Yes. I just found out about that last night.
There were some writings about it from a long time ago. I wasn't sure if it was still something they did.
I get the feeling that most of them do.
And this bothered you?
The tenets of the masquerade are don't kill. As I understand it.
That's not true from what I've been reading. There were some documents that were leaked. They were in one of the older books. Well, I say leaked. That's what we'd call it now. But they were stolen at the time, and printed in some of the tomes that we have access to. And yeah, it seemed to indicate the masquerade was more about hiding that they exist, because in the past we could quite easily find out where they are and kill them all during the day.
There's more to it. I was told that most vampires aren't allowed to kill humans.
That simply is not true. They do, in numbers.
I'm just thinking back, and I've not seen them do that.
Then they've hidden it from you very well, but they absolutely kill.
Have you seen it?
I feel like if I'd seen it, I'd probably be the next one to get killed. But there's many, many reports that this is why we hunt them. And perhaps the people you met, they could be some kind of vampire that try not to kill people, but they are all drinking blood. I imagine when you start doing that kind of thing, things can go wrong.
Maybe you're right. But does that mean genocide is the right answer? Is that really helping these people who have been cursed?
I can't say I entirely agree with this operation, but I'm not the one running things. I never have been. I'm just here to support people like you. Designates. We don't go generally for annihilation. We go for keeping the local population under control.
Right now, members of this local population are going to be killed regardless of whether they have committed a crime or not.
So you get some quiet time. Maybe you even get a holiday.
I have to go and do more thinking. And for the second time that day, she walks out and gets on her bike and she cycles over to where would she go? Because that's basically it. You know what? Go to Logan. Like, that's in the spotlight.
I was about to. Yeah, okay. So Sonia cycles just for the sheer cycling. She wants to just pedal for a while and let her thoughts settle. Felix.
Yeah.
What's Felix feeling right now?
I think he's getting his stuff out of the pub, and he's going to go back to his old location. So there's a lot of stuff here that he can leave, but he's going to like wipe it, clear it. He's going to get his fingerprints off stuff, pour bleach on things that might have his DNA on it. I'll go around with a black light. I think he's leaving a lot of his stuff, but the stuff he wants, he's going to move back to his safe house, which I've had since episode 1.
Yep.
But that's going to take a minute.
Yeah, we ended up starting with everyone basically having a safe house.
Yeah, I think he's also going to write a note for Sonia and leave it somewhere for her.
And you still have the ability to contact each other because you've got mobile phones and whatever. Okay, that's going to take a little bit of time. Just thinking through how that's where we're at time-wise for the day. Probably mid-afternoon at this point, I reckon. Because you were both up fairly late, so you probably started fairly late in the morning as it was.
Yeah. And back in the early days, Sonia and Felix had like a dead drop kind of scenario before Simon hooked them up with phones and stuff. So he'll leave the letter to her in one of the dead drop locations.
Sonia, if you were to go back to the pub, you'd probably find it empty by the time you get there. Not empty, but devoid of Felix, certainly.
Or whatever his name is. I wasn't planning on going back to the pub, honestly. I was basically going to wait until like the earliest opportunity to go to the coronet.
Let me find out when that opens.
Opens 10 a.m. until 11:30, apparently.
Yeah, but it's an arts venue now. This is 2012.
Yeah. Oh, that's a pub I just looked up. It's not the venue. Well, whatever you say.
I'm gonna say it opens at 8 o'clock in the evening.
I'm going to be outside the coronet at 8 o'clock in the evening, eating a Greg's pasty, looking at my phone to turn from 7:59 to 8 o'clock.
It's still March 2012. I'm just double checking how long the sun's been down for. I'm pretty sure it's been at least a couple of hours. This is why I spent ages looking at all these reports for this kind of detail. Felix, Simon texted you saying we're going to send a couple of people tonight. Can you be there? This is in direct reply to your correspondence about the coronet.
Yeah, he says he'll be there.
Cool. That's one thing sorted. If I could, I should have bookmarked this page because I go back to it so often and I can never find it in the heat of the moment. Everything about everyone else. Come on now. Okay. Where are we at? Yeah, 6 o'clock the sun went down. So it's definitely dark by 8.
I'm going to head in and head straight to the door as soon as they let me in.
Okay. It's very quiet in the bar, but there's music playing. The staff have been cleaning up and there's like the smell of disinfectant. There's music playing. At the back door, there isn't anyone in that little room at this time.
Oh, I'll get my phone out and text all three of them
Okay.
saying,
I'm creating a group text.
"We need to talk. Could we talk over the phone, or should we meet? Whatever you want."
Okay. Give me a second. Let's see. You get a text back from Vance, who says, "Yeah, we can talk. We've had a discussion. Meet me at the trunk." And he gives you the address of a place in Dalston.
Okay. Dalston is about 10 minutes walk from where I'm sat right now. That's quite cool.
I'm aware. You're.
I'm not into the trunk.
I suspect. So the trunk is a venue that I'm taking from the actual lore of this place. It doesn't really exist, but I suspect you'll recognise what it's heavily based on when we'll get there. But I read this in the book and I was like, I know what you really are. You're something else.
The Deptford Trunk or Treat. Oh,
No,
that's
it's not called the trunk. I think it's based on the Dalston Superstore.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to cycle over to the trunk. And do I get a sense that there is a heavy vampire presence at this place?
Well, it's a very different sort of venue. So the Coronet's more indie. This place, there are a lot of very extravagantly dressed people are around. There's drag queens and kings. There's people. Oh, sorry, there's a lot of noise coming off someone there. You got a fan or something, Michelle?
Yeah,
oh, thanks.
Sorry. I can move it under the desk so it makes less sound.
Drag queens and kings who are so extravagantly made up that you can't even tell what the starting point was. There's people in like PVC cat suits. There's people in heavily customized shorts and very small sequin tops. There's all kinds of life there.
Can I use detection? I will get out my my stick, and I will say a little prayer under my voice, and in game terms, make an edge test of a intelligence occult roll.
Yep.
And it says difficulty ranging 3 to 5.
It's going to be 3 in this place.
Okay. Let's do a roll.
And this is before you've got in. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'll wait till I get inside.
Okay.
No, wait, because they're going to be inside. So I'm going to do it outside.
Okay.
Because I know there's vampires inside. I don't know how many. And this doesn't tell me how many. I just want to see if there's any vampires out here to see if this is like a vampire nightclub.
Okay. I need to change windows so I can see the results of your roll.
Occult intelligence.
Don't forget to add your edge.
Oh, wait, the edge. Oh, one sec. Oh, I don't get any bonuses to this apart from like vampires.
That's all you're looking for, though, so it's fine.
Yeah. Difficulty 3.
And you've got your
excellent.
Yeah. So you got 6 successes, just for the sake of people watching. Yeah, there are vampires here. And some other things too. Some sort of demi points. Possibly ghouls, possibly something else. But there are lots of people as well.
I'm going to put Raphael's light on my back and make my way inside.
You're going to look quite industrial compared to some of the finery on show, I think.
Well, I'm wearing my limited edition Jigglypuff t-shirt from the Pokemon tournament 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
With jeans.
Oh, your picture's vanished. Wait. Okay, Michelle has dropped out completely. What a can't build up to a climax in these circumstances. She's gone looking for.
She's going to find that Pokemon shirt.
Oh no, internet! Don't do this to us, Felix. You are heading for the Coronet as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's got his bag of tricks, scooter.
Mm-hmm. You've been to your safe house and dropped off your stuff, so you're not carrying everything. Just double checking how this is. So
Yeah,
what,
no,
what?
you can't carry everything.
I'm not going to make you list everything you've got, but what's on you just now?
The big gun that he put together. He's got some surveillance devices, like the little helicopter things that can see key signatures. And I think that's it. I mean, yeah.
Okay. It's still quite early in the coronet tonight, but there's more people in than when Sonia went in earlier. Felix doesn't know
Yeah,
that, but
I don't think his plan is to go inside. He's going to try to get there before sundown,
okay.
if possible, and then just watch it.
Welcome back, Michelle.
I don't know what's happening. There are storms tonight somewhere, so I'm guessing that's messing with the internet on my end, so apologies for that.
It can happen. We had some bad rain here earlier tonight. We've temporarily switched to Felix, so I'll just get to a point where we can change tack and just keep it moving. You have your little helicopter guys.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what else? Because I was taking notes.
Oh, I was just saying he's got his big gun in case he needs that. Some wooden stakes like you would have, but nothing elaborate. Like he doesn't have. I figure I'll rely on improvised gear for that stuff.
Now, I'm not sure to what extent Felix knows what he's looking for in here. He knows there's a back room, I think, from what somebody was saying.
Yeah, I think he like. Is there like what's across from the coronet? Is there just more buildings? Is there like a park or anything?
Yeah, I'm going to say there's more buildings, but there's going to be a park nearby somewhere. Let me quickly double check.
He'd probably look around for a building that he could access a roof on with eyes on the coronet, or if there's not a good option, he would go to the park and then send the little drone guys out.
Okay, let me double check. Doesn't help that there's numerous venues with the same name.
Yeah. All he really needs is like a fire escape that he could cut a lock off.
Yeah, so opposite there's like a red brick building. It's got a fire escape up the side. It looks like it could be flats. It could be corporate building, but it's very close by. The only thing is there's like trees on one side of the road, so you have to get fairly high in order to see anything.
Yeah, I think he would try to sneakily get up on the roof then.
Okay, I'm gonna have you do Dex Athletics just to see how you get up there. I mean, obviously, if you don't do it immediately, you'll try again. So it's not going to be a high difficulty. I'm going to make it like a 3. So failure doesn't mean you don't do it. It's just about how easy you get up there. Oh, nailed it. 5 successes. So you're up there. You've got a reasonable view of the front of the building, or are you aiming for the back?
I think he'd be watching. Well, which side does the red building face?
The red building's kind of at the side, so you could be like at the front part of it and then see the front part of the theatre, or you could be at the back part and then be able to look down into the sort of walled off section at the back where the bins and things are and where the entrance to the sewer tunnels were.
Yeah, I think you'd be watching that part, and then he might set up like a little camera for the front that he can look at.
Okay.
So he's watching the back with his goggles, but then he also has a device near the front.
Just now, you're not seeing anything suspicious looking beyond like people taking stuff out to the bins, throwing away glasses, that kind of thing. But the night is yet young.
Yeah, he's keeping an eye out for like Sonia, Simon's guys, or vampires, basically.
There's a good chance some of those people are going to turn up. Sonia, you are pretty sure there's going to be vampires in here, and as you walk in, you see it looking even more elaborate. There's dark corners, there's brightly lit corners. Can you give me a wits awareness, please?
One success.
It's a busy club. There's a lot of people. You don't immediately see the person that you're there to meet, Vance, but he finds you, and He takes you to the side of the bar where there's like a series of booths.
Hi, Vance.
Hey, thank you for coming. We were very surprised when you turned up. I hope you understand that. If we seemed we might not have been as clear as we would usually like to be.
I get it. When I woke up that morning, I wasn't expecting to be there either.
I think I need to explain some of the thing about the way things are. Like we told you perhaps a slightly garbled version before.
Okay.
We weren't sure how much to tell you of this because this has been a very unusual time. There are different groupings of our kind in this city. Some of them obey the rules of like a large majority, and they are all sort of political pyramid. Sometimes call them the ivory tower. We are not part of that. We are away from that. We only operate usually in Elephant and Castle, and frankly, if it wasn't for the way things are right now, I suspect I would get into trouble just for being here, but I thought I'd push it because it amuses me to do so.
What do you mean? Who?
Usually I wouldn't be allowed in this part of London.
Huh.
But this is a friendly venue.
To vampires?
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty cool.
It is, isn't it? It's lovely. Anyway, the thing is that the ivory tower and us, we're kind of things go on as they're supposed to. Generally, we don't step on each other's toes, and that's all fine. But a few months ago, back in summer, I suppose, someone came to us with a plan. And frankly, we wouldn't, any of us, be unhappy to see the end of the ivory tower. And he suggested that we could leak documents that would tell a group of hunters where to find them all. This is working out far better than we expected.
Oh.
So the plan was that the larger part of our group would leave London and wait it out, and we would stay here and report back when it was finished. If it looked like the ivory tower wasn't going to fall, we would also get out of town. But it really looks like this might be it for them.
So you're saying that your people would be spared?
Oh, not spared exactly, but here's how it goes. We told them where all of the other ones were, where all of the people involved in the Camarilla are. That's the ivory tower thing. They don't know about us. But now they're hunting for everyone, and it's not safe to pass through London even. So we can't say for sure that they aren't coming, but we weren't on the list.
I think you may have been lied to. What they're working on is monstrous. I've never heard any of them say at any point that they were going to spare some.
This isn't the first time this has happened. The first time it's happened here, but tales are told of back in historical times. What is it you call them? The Crusades.
What, like 1,000 years ago?
Yeah. In those times, the vampires were not as careful to hide themselves as they are now. And when the religious orders passed through that part of the world, they simply wiped them all out because they could. See, we are strong when we're ambulatory, but when we're asleep, we are very weak. And all it takes is for people to know where we sleep.
I don't know exactly how this is going to play out, but I think you and your people are in danger.
The plan is if we stay down, stay out of the way, and wait it out without causing any fuss or being noticed. We wait until the camera has fallen, and then we build in what's left.
One quick question to the game master, because I may have missed something here. Although I don't know if this is part of the game or not, but I got a distinct impression that the people we're working with are talking about all vampires.
Yep, they were.
Yeah, okay, so I am on the right lines here by being like, no, this is genocide.
You kind
Get
of
the
are,
fuck
but
out of
also, do you remember when you looked at the documents and there weren't any people in the Elephant and Castle area? And Sonia at the time thought, that means I'm doing a really good job because there aren't any.
Yeah. Okay.
If you'd looked also, there wouldn't have been, I think I said at the time, there wasn't anyone in Brixton either. Because you got a good roll, I think, from memory.
Yeah, fair enough. So I say to Vance, I don't know the full story. I was the one who delivered that document to these people. I wasn't aware of what was going on at the time. I've been told.
Well, you were doing us a favour. Sort of.
I didn't know who I was doing a favor for at that particular moment. I was just following orders. Well, following a instruction given to me by one of my oldest and dearest friends.
Yeah, we contacted a hunter organisation because obviously if a vampire delivered that, they would be suspect. I'll put the emphasis in the right place. You're going to deliver a bunch of documents to a group of human hunters who specialise in hunting the supernatural. Don't send a vampire. But look, there's some more information I need to pass on to you because this gets a little bit more complicated. And from what I understand of your movements recently, from when you came and pursued us the other week, you may be onto some of this already, and I'd hate for you to have half a picture. This is what we had to talk about before I could tell you.
Okay.
Okay, there was... Some vampires can do magic. Of a kind. Like your wizardy kind of archetype. There's another sort of vampire who have only emerged relatively recently who can do a sort of alchemy.
Okay.
With the threat of potentially what you've been talking about, of someone deciding to come for all of us rather than just the people we pointed them at, some people started working on trying to disguise vampires. Well, that's not how it started out. It started out that some people who were kindred wanted to be able to pass as thin bloods, and some people who were thin bloods wanted to be able to sort of level up to kindred without having to kill someone. Don't ask me about it or I'll start to whimper. I'm not into all this stuff. But essentially, they were trying to develop a potion, a tincture, I'm not sure, where what goes in is a vampire and what comes out looks to all intents and purposes like a mortal. One of your kind. Now, I don't know how far they got with that. But obviously, if someone did develop that, it would be bad for your kind because you wouldn't be able to find them. It would be bad for our kind because we couldn't find them either.
And they could go around and kill indiscriminately.
Potentially. I mean, there's people that do that anyway, but...
Well...
The trouble with killing indiscriminately is you attract a lot of attention, and we don't like to do that.
Is there anything else you need to tell me?
And he looks down at a piece of paper with some scrawled notes on it. Nothing that seems pertinent at the moment.
Then I think we have two things we need to do. First thing, we have to go back into the sewers in Elephant Castle and destroy what they're working on to stop that from happening, because I think I found their lab.
This is the other problem. You've discovered the golem then, the gargoyle thing, the big
Yes.
stone fellow. He wasn't put there by us.
He was security.
Presumably for someone else. We don't know who's taken over the labs. The people we were working with left London before all this kicked off. So someone's trying to take their work. And they're trying to protect it so that we can't go back and remove it. Now, a gargoyle shouldn't be too much work when we're organised, especially one that's been left. And for all our faults, we do heal, generally. Very hard to kill vampires, usually.
Yes, I'm aware. Well, I think that maybe we should think about going there, and because the cost would be too high, that has to go. But also, there's a facility that I've been to. It's maybe possible the same people who have taken control of that are also working on other things using through vile torture of your kind to get powers to impose their will on the whole country.
This facility, is that the place in Silverton?
How did you know about that?
We were aware. They took the bloodstone. We put a stone in the package when you were taking it so we could know where things were. It was taken there. So we checked it out.
I've been inside.
We
saw
haven't taken
horrible
that
things.
step.
That was where I started to get doubts. The things I was told there about. I'm trying to remember exactly what the phrase was. Using these powers. The way they spoke about vampires, it didn't sit right with me. Like I said to you, my whole deal was not to view vampires as anything but victims of a curse laid down by God.
There are plenty of vampires who are monsters. We are monsters. I have to admit it. Some of us, myself and my group, the people you met, we are what sometimes are called consensualists. We don't take blood from people who don't offer it freely.
But your existence and your philosophy existing and persevering shows that vampires have a choice.
But it doesn't always work that way long term.
Pardon me. No, but the same could be said for humans.
Okay.
The longer a human lives, the more cynical a human can become, and a human can become very capable of committing atrocities, which is what they are brewing and developing right now.
The sound alert goes on the person's phone, on Vance's phone. It buzzes on the table. He picks it up and looks at a text message. We should get going. I've just had a message from Felicity. They're moving some of the prisoners from the facility.
Let's go.
And now I'm going to jump to Felix on the roof. You've seen some people from looking like security guards and trying to look casual. You know what you're looking for. There's a group of 3 of them that come in. They're not heavily armed that you can see. It's like they're just doing reconnaissance, probably.
Do they look like they're from Simon's group?
Yeah, they look like the kinds of people you've been seeing for the last few days when you've been working with them.
Okay.
You see them enter at the front of the building on your camera.
Yeah, I just wait to see what happens.
You're not seeing anything coming out the back at the moment. Let me do a couple of rolls. Quite a lot. That's quite hardly any successes at all, really. And then the other person. Okay. Stuff is happening inside. You're not seeing it. They're searching. They haven't found anything yet. You don't see anything untoward happening at the back. At the moment.
Okay, I think Felix would try to get around towards the back.
Or you're going to come down and...
Yeah, I think if there's like cover down there, he would. But
yeah, so there's like a walled off section at the back of the building. There's some bins. There's like a way to get in and out for vehicles so they can empty the bins. It's like the giant ones, the dumpster style.
Bins sound good. I think he can hide in there with his big gun and possibly ambush vampires running out the back.
Okay. So you're relocating. Where are we at? Sonia, Vance is taking a taxi. Are you going to go with him in the taxi or are you going to cycle? Silverton's away.
I'm going to throw my bike in the back of the taxi and sit next to him in a way that is awkward and weird.
Give me a second while I do a roll for him. Sonia, what are you doing? I thought, is personal space not a thing for you?
I'm sorry. I'm not great at understanding social cues in general, especially with people with people like yourself.
The taxi bumps as it goes around a corner and your hand brushes against his arm. It's cold.
Do you want a jumper?
I don't need a jumper. I don't feel the cold.
Oh yeah. It occurs to Sonia that she doesn't know that. She knows a lot about vampires, but there's some stuff she's a bit clueless on. She knows how to hunt vampires and track them, but she doesn't know much about who they actually are.
Okay, I'm going to give him the chance to attempt a thing called Blush of Life to make you
What?
feel more comfortable.
What the fuck?
A sort of colour comes to his face, and you notice now he seems to be breathing. You didn't notice until you started that he wasn't really taking a breath at any point.
Have you been holding your breath this whole time?
I don't need to breathe, Sonia. I'm technically dead.
I look at the taxi driver at the back of the taxi driver's head, and I turn and just like, oh.
The taxi driver knows. We work with a specific company.
Oh, like Addison Lee for Kindred.
Smaller scale, but similarly well appointed.
Cool. Are your taxi drivers a bit racist too?
There's a lot of very racist... if you consider how old some of us are, there's a lot of us who are quite racist. It's probably mutual.
Okay, that makes sense. So, what's the plan?
Well, if it sounds like they're moving prisoners, we need to find out where they're taking them to, because as far as I knew, they were doing all the work in that facility. If they're taking people somewhere else, we need to find out where.
That's good, but we might also be able to find out where they're being taken by freeing them.
If we free them too soon, we won't find out what's going on.
Okay, I get. Yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of holy, but not really, because
Also, they
angel.
have security. Some of it not entirely human.
Fair enough.
Which makes me wonder about who they're working with.
This is a fact-finding mission. I'm into that. Sorry, my default is to try and save people, like innocents. So yeah, I can kind of get holy and righteous about that because that's like the deal I made with Raphael, the fallen angel.
Of
You
course.
understand? You get it.
No, but if it's your thing, that's okay. People have beliefs, whatever.
Well, at this point, like in my beliefs, you're kind of innocent in this. Kind of.
That's kind of messed up. I mean, I haven't done much that's wrong, but I haven't done nothing wrong. And certainly vampires as a whole, kindred, they're pretty awful some of the time, particularly the Ivory Tower. I'm not too worried about these people because if they've been grabbed, they're probably pretty awful people anyway, or they're so new that they don't know what they were doing. All the people who knew what they were doing got the heck out of there, or were the ones who were murdering the people that came to get them.
Sonia's going to remain quiet, but think to herself, they still sound like innocents. They've been cursed.
But think of the people that you know. Imagine they were all able to be super strong and have some sort of powers. They might not all do good things with it.
No.
And then add in a thirst for blood. I mean, who's innocent anyway? And we'll move back to Felix.
Yeah, fair enough.
Some people have come out the back. They're not people that you recognise. They're not out there for long. They cross the courtyard at the back and then open up the sewer grate and climb down into the tunnels.
Can I get like recordings of them, photos of them?
Sure.
That kind of thing.
And
then
with the stuff you've got, I'm not going to make you roll for that because it'd be dull. And if you failed, what would even be the point of all your technology?
Yeah. But yeah, and also if I can get them on the heat scope.
One of them is looking hot. The other two are not.
Okay. Do they look like they're armed or anything?
They don't seem to be, from what you can see.
Okay.
Do you want to just track that they've gone, or do you want to go after them, or are you going to stay where you are?
I think, can I send one of the helicopter things behind them at a good distance?
Oh, okay. What are we going to roll for this?
Yeah. And it'll track the one with the heat source, because I feel like that'd be easier for...
Yep. I'm going to say dexterity technology. Unless you can think of a better role, which I'm happy to take suggestions on this, but we're making the technology be dexterous. Or science, if you prefer. That's giving you 3 successes. Okay, I'm going to roll to counter that is going to be dexterity stealth, which is... Where are you? Give me the kindred. Yeah, you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm missing some dice. Okay, they got 6 successes and you got 3. You see the little helicopter thing, sort of little micro drone, move through the tunnel, and then it gets to a door that it can't open, it can't get through, it can't do anything with. So it knows they're in there, but it can't follow. And then the signal fades.
I'll try to go into the club then, not through the back door, but see if I can find those guys.
Are you leaving the camera at the front, and have you put an extra one at the back or not?
Yeah, so I keep the one at the front, and then the one that went down, I'll just have it watch the entrance to the sewer.
Okay.
And then I'll just go around front.
Okay. Opposite the front, you see a black car. You recognise it because you've ridden in it, and Simon's in the front seat.
Okay, I guess I'll approach the car.
He winds down the window as he sees you approaching.
So he's back in Felix mode.
Okay.
Even though Simon knows, there's not really much point.
I don't know if Simon knows that. I know how much Simon knows, but I'm
Fair.
not sure that Simon would know about the accent level of detail with this. So
Gotcha. So 3 went out the back, 2 leeches, and 1 servant down in the sewer. Your men inside, did they have eyes on them?
They hadn't found anyone. They were about to come back. We've had a report that's worrying us slightly tonight about some kind of activity in central London, and we might need everyone on that.
Can you tell me more?
Someone dropped some documents somewhere near St Pancras Station. And it was found by a member of our security team who sent pictures back, and now we might need to track who it was that dropped it, left it, leaked it. We're not sure.
Seems suspicious.
It does. Are we okay, Felix? After our chat yesterday, you seemed very cold when you got out of the car.
I don't know. I'm still thinking about it.
I hope you know this isn't about you breaking into the flat at Hayden House. You must know by now that wasn't even my flat. We just set that up to take delivery.
Yeah.
Without potentially telling the leeches where we sleep.
It's fine. I have just spent a lot of time distancing myself from those things you found out. And I do not like to be reminded of them.
Then I apologise. I didn't mean to bother you. I thought perhaps it would reassure you to know that someone else knew.
Before Sonia and you, I have worked alone for most of a decade. So closeness upsets me. It's not usual.
I would hate for you to think that we didn't understand where you were coming from, though. I mean, I did see the document, well, some of the documents. I think it said wildlife incursion on the front, but someone had crossed it out and written vampire in red marker pen.
There was not much left of them.
No, I think your hunt is certainly righteous. The head of our department lost family as well, you know. That's one of the reasons this is happening. He really believes in this project. It's kind of fervour for him. Faith like that, it can be strong enough to break things.
He seemed fairly broken. Not that I am one to point fingers, but I want no part of what they have, and those that do give me grave concern.
Well, this is part of the worry. From the document I've heard, from the document that was dropped, rather, I've heard that it seems to be a lab report, but it's not one of ours.
Well, this thing you have put together, it is not the only thing like it. There are lots of moving parts, and not all of you talk to each other.
Indeed. It's been quite an effort to try and get all these people together talking to each other. All these organisations, some of them already disliking each other before we even started.
I feel like a lot were like me, each trapped in our own individual hunt, unaware of the others.
And hopefully if they can all work together, we can actually be more effective rather than stamping on each other's toes all the time.
there would need to be an alignment ethically and operationally, and that does not exist right now. I have trouble with Sonia even.
Oh my. Well, you may be correct. I'm going to pull these men out. I'm not chasing 3 vampires through the sewers. We'll get them.
Maybe I should ride along, see what these documents hold.
You'd be welcome to. They're going to come separately anyway. I'm just keeping an eye on things.
Okay, I think with that invite, he'll pop in if Simon will have him, and then he'll text Sonia.
Okay, where Simon is heading is to an area called Midland Road, which is between the British Library and St Pancras Station. There's a car park for vehicles to get in and out. There are service vehicles, things like bin lorries, deliveries for the businesses that operate in the station, that kind of thing. It's a very busy area, although less so at this time of night, perhaps. Sonia, you and Vance are in the car heading to the... I keep wanting to say Millennium Mills, but it's not called that in this. The mill buildings at Silverton.
Right.
Outside, there's a series of vans that are being loaded. They're anonymous-looking, white-coloured vans. And something's been put inside. You don't see it happening, but this is all explained to you by Felicity, who's been sitting watching him from another vehicle.
Okay.
She says, we don't know where they're taking them, but they keep taking people out, or taking something out, and I don't understand what they could be removing that... Because if a vampire dies, I mean, you've seen it, Sonia, they are dust. There's very little left. They can't be disposing of bodies. They're taking something out and they're moving it somewhere else.
Did you see any of it? Like, is there... What could you see, if anything at all?
They were being very shady about it and doing it from a side of the building that isn't very well lit. We saw the boxes being taken out, like, of some kind, loaded into these vans, and the van's like a transit sized. It's quite high, and they've already taken one lot out. The vans have come back, and we've seen them refilling them.
So what's the next move?
We're going to follow the next one and see where it goes.
All right. Sounds good to me. Let's see what they're doing.
Sonia doesn't drive, does she?
No.
But you're not going to be driving then. I'm not going to make you roll for that, because that would be cruel and unusual. And it probably wouldn't be good. It would be exciting driving, but I don't think it'd be good driving.
Crash, and it would be the end of everyone in the car.
I'm going to have to requisition an extra die because I've dropped one somewhere. Okay. They set off, and I'm going to montage this a little bit. They're following the van through central London. You're not entirely sure where they're heading towards, but you're following this vehicle. And for people who don't know, Silverton's a little bit outside the centre. It's like a bit further up towards the mouth of the Thames, I think. Please correct me if that's wrong.
I don't know.
It's like on the south side of the Victoria Dock.
Okay.
Felix, you and Simon arrive on Midland Road. There's an area where the car parks up, and as I described earlier, there's the sort of service garage area. It's like a very small chunk of car park. There's like barriers that can move up on a motor to stop other general vehicles from getting in, but they've been pulled down to let you in. As you go inside, can you give me a wits awareness roll, please?
Yeah, 1 sec. Let's see. What's awareness? 4 of 2.
4 of 2. 4 is good enough to see this because it's fairly obvious. There's a chalk outline on the ground. It's not like of a person, it's kind of symbols.
Are there already people on the scene?
There's like 2 people. One of them's got the package of documents that have been found.
Mm-hmm.
Opening it up, you can... I wrote stuff down for this. Where's it gone? You can see a report. It looks like a lab report. It could have been stolen, or it could have been made here by someone else. It looks like the kind of things from the documents at the centre you were at yesterday. This part here says at the top, Phase 3 full sunlight tests, and it lists side effects as included rapid cell death, ocular bleeding, and acute psychosis.
And so, what makes it look like it's from the previous facility? Like,
Just like the layout of it and the formality of it. Typically, people who are doing their own thing in like a little lab hidden underground or something wouldn't be like writing out formal documents, giving lab reports.
okay. I'm just going to investigate. I'm not sure what else to make of this.
Double checking.
You said there were symbols?
Yeah, but now I'm looking at how high your occult is.
Yeah, not great.
They look a bit
But
mystical.
I did see...
Mystical symbols on the ground in chalk.
Yeah, I was going to say, we did see some down with a gargoyle.
Mm-hmm.
So he is smart enough to recognize if things match, even if he doesn't know what they are.
Yeah, I think I'll give you that as being like it's very similar to those things. Because you've got a good look at those because you had the video footage.
Is Simon looking at the things as well?
He is. They're taking photographs. Just... Scrolling to the appropriate page. And this looks very strange. This looks like some kind of occult stuff. Have you seen anything like this before, Felix?
I have. The tunnels behind the club.
What do you think it is?
It's more of this blood magic. Lucas was looking into it for us, but he got pulled.
Yeah, he was requisitioned by the group he was with.
We had not figured out anything definite, but there was a place down there. More of these alchemical supplies.
What are they making in here? And are they even making it here?
If I were to guess, the main place would be in the sewer. I know where it is. It is guarded, though.
What is it guarded by?
Well, we were still trying to figure it out, but something made of stone that drinks blood.
That sounds like a heavy operation. But it also sounds like something that's not going to change the next day. I think we assemble some people and we'll strike this thing out. Not just like 3 of us. I think it's going to take a larger team.
Yes, many men with lots of guns or something. It was not a thing we felt comfortable tackling on our own.
Yes, I can understand that. It'd be quite a fearsome creature, but from what you've described. Sorry, I'm checking something in my notes. It doesn't look like there's a lot more we can find here. We've documented this drawing on the ground. It doesn't seem to be having any effect that we can tell. You say there's another one like it in Elephant and Castle.
Yeah. Are there like ashes or remnants or anything other than these documents?
There's nothing other than the documents and the chalk outline here.
Okay.
Trying to make sure. Okay. They look to put tape across the car park area so that it's not disturbed, and they're going to move out. They're not going to move out immediately to the place, the Elephant and Castle, to check that out, but they are going to try and assemble more people, get some weapons. Simon asks you for your footage.
Which footage?
The stuff you got from the drone.
Oh, yeah. I'll send that over to him. So it should have had some pretty good shots of what they look like.
Yeah, so you had like a remote control camera on ground level, basically, that came in past it. I think you managed to just get it inside the lab.
Yeah, I don't know. We've got data from the drone as well when we explored the sewers.
Mm-hmm.
That might help him arm some guys. So I'll actually send him all of that too.
Okay.
So I don't want to send a bunch of people unprepared in there.
Okay. With that not really coming to much at the moment, the stuff at St. Pancras, do you want to go back to your stakeout at Elephant and Castle, or do you want to do a secret third thing that I don't know about?
I don't know. He's trying to see if he can get Sonia. He's like texting them, and he'll tell her like about these documents that they found and where. And then he'll explain that he shared footage of that lab we found with Simon. And then just say, hey, what are you up to?
Sonia, you get a text from Felix.
What does it say again?
So he explains that he's with Simon and that they found these documents that look like the lab is doing daylight tests, like full daylight tests on the vampires, with a bad result for them. And he'll mention that he shared the information on the gargoyle at the lab with Simon. And then he's like, where are you at? Like, what are you doing? Do you need backup?
I reply, I'm just checking something out. I'll let you know what I find. Are you sure? What did Simon say when you told him that?
Felix will text back that he's going to get a team to look into it, that he wants to be well prepared. He doesn't think that it's just going to take a couple guys. It's like a big deal.
I reply back, okay, speak soon.
Okay.
Emoji, 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 emoji.
Sorry, people on
It
stream.
happens.
I was talking out loud and it wasn't going to the right place. Sonia, the car you're in is following the white vans at a fairly safe distance. They're being very cautious to not get too close as they drive through what is now central London.
Okay, so I guess it's just about following them to where they stop, right?
Yeah, they're not going quickly, but the roads are fairly quiet. Is there anything else you're doing whilst you're in the car? Or are you just looking like a sort of dog out the window?
I'm not sure what I can do really, except that. I mean, I don't know. I know that I could kill Vance if I wanted to, but I kind of want to do that. So I guess I'm just sort of. I'd like to try and look at the number plates of the van
Okay.
that I can see.
I'm not going to tell you what the number is, but I can let you have the number plate as a thing you can refer back to later.
Okay, I would like to text Seth
Oh,
that number plate
okay.
and say, "Hey, buddy, can you look up this license plate and tell me anything you could find on it?"
I had
ASAP.
Seth's stats to hand. Because I'm going to have to do a research roll for Seth. Where did I put him? I was like, we may have Seth tonight. Here we go. And Seth will take back saying, "On it, Chief." Seth really getting into this role of being the person in the chair. Seth is going to do intelligence and tech. Seth got 1 success. I didn't hear what you said, Michelle, but I can guess.
That isn't 0.
It's not.
So he just takes back, be like, "It's a van."
He might be able to do better later, but right now that's all the information he can get. Is like for some reason, like let's say the database is down, he's not getting the information he'd usually get.
All right, I'll ask him again later. I'll just text back saying, "Keep working on it. I'll contact you later and see if you found anything."
Okay, just come back out of this.
So what direction are we heading in?
I'm just about to tell you, but I didn't actually think in advance to look up the route from here to where we're going, so I need to double check the places you're passing through.
Well,
You are passing Canary Wharf and then through Limehouse past Chadwell.
oh wow, that's a deep cut. That's the DLR line, is what that is. Line that no one uses except like 5 people.
I mean, where Millennium Mills is at is essentially next to, it's like opposite the XL on the other side of the.
Oh yeah, okay. I've been there.
So the area you're going through is full of redevelopment happening for the forthcoming Olympic Games.
Yeah, okay.
I can't tell. No, Logan's just turned the camera off. It's okay.
I think we're getting close, Vance.
There's probably more I should have told you. I got interrupted back in the bar when he closes down the. Oh no, there isn't another person. It's not a taxi anymore. Don't need to close it. The people that were trying to figure out how to essentially mask as mortals. These things don't always go to plan immediately. And there may have been some botched attempts.
What do you mean?
Well, I wasn't there for all of this because I'm not part of it. But from what I heard from my friend who was, there was one person who died, and for some reason they thought she might have had some kind of magic on her, some kind of witch thing, occult thing. And regrettably, they essentially cut her hand off and buried her in a tree.
Right. Juliet Cafferty.
Oh, yes.
She was one of yours.
Well,
Oh, you know what I mean. I'm sorry.
she was an associate. She wasn't one of ours. She wasn't, but she was someone that people knew, and she was willing to try it, but it didn't go well.
Clearly.
No.
We found her body in the tree.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Well, we do run in the same circles.
Some of the people that are into magic are strange about things. You're passing the Tower of London.
Wow, we are really going all around London. Wait, are we heading to Hyde Park?
I mean,
Not
you
Hyde
could.
Park, sorry. Green
You could
Park,
be.
rather.
I mean, you could be, but that's not where you're heading right now.
Oh, okay.
Felix, you all good?
Yep, all set. I was having like weird video issues, but I'm good.
I'm having some too. I seem to be a bit more orange than I should be, but I have to hold my hand up to the camera to make it change, and I'm not going to do that right now. It's also my light in here. Were you investigating more or heading back? I lost the end of where we were at.
I was heading back.
Okay. You returned to Elephant and Castle, to the Coronet Theatre. It's busier now.
I'll check with the
music. Sorry,
device. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I was like, oh, I should have said more. It's not just busier. There's music playing. It's very loud. A lot of people dancing. There's a lot of smell of alcohol from spilled drinks, and some of it's very sweet and stickly, and some of it's just bad beer.
Yeah, Felix will check on the device that was watching the sewer, see if he can pull footage from it and see if people have come back out or if they're still down there.
Okay. It hasn't shown anything of anyone coming out, which might imply that they're still down there, or maybe they've moved on within there, but they haven't come back that way.
Okay. He doesn't have much going on besides staking that out, so he might return to the top of the building.
It's a cool night. From up here, you can see a bit more over the city than you can at ground level. Many, many lights. Simon has gone. He's given up for the night. He's got plenty to do. He's had a busy day, so he's left. He has taken you back there and left you.
Felix will ring Sonia and see if she picks up.
Sonia, your phone rings.
I'm going to answer it, but then I immediately regret doing so. And say, hi. How can I help?
Yeah, this is Felix. We should meet up tonight. We need to compare notes.
Okay. Meet back at the pub?
Yeah, that sounds good. Are you available?
Right.
Is it?
I will be.
Safe?
Go to the pub and wait for me.
Okay.
Cheers. Get one in for me. Bye.
Sonia, Felix, the vehicle that you're in turns right at Blackfriars and starts heading north.
Are we still following the vans?
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck are these vans going? We've gone all over the whole of East London at this point.
Passing Farringdon.
Vans? Any ideas where we're going?
I have no idea.
Felicity? Any intel?
This is the first time we followed one.
Fair. That's reasonable. All right. Let's see where this goes.
Something seems to happen further ahead. The vans have been fairly steady up until now. But it's like either they've been told something or they've noticed something. And they speed up a little bit. It's noticeable on the streets because there's so many reasons to stop. Traffic lights, pedestrians.
I think we've been rumbled, guys.
I wouldn't see how. We've been so far back. Nothing we've done has changed. This must be something else.
I mean, this group is a union of so many different groups with all sorts of technology and magic. I mean, there's 1,000 different ways they could have figured it out. We should probably step on it.
I suggest we carry on following them for now, but we'll keep our distance enough. We need to be able to see them, but we'll stick on them.
More sensible. Yeah, you're right.
Where are we at? I'm trying to think how to describe where they are. They take a left and then another right. They're heading north again. You can see the sort of twin bulges of King's Cross up ahead.
But was I aware that they went that my partner in vampire killing, maybe the liar, was at was that St. Pancras tonight?
I'm not sure that he mentioned it.
Fair enough. Okay, so I'm just gonna be like.
Also, we are being a little bit cruel because, like, Felix might know, but Logan wouldn't about the proximity between King's Cross and St. Pancras.
They're the same place.
They're very close by.
They're two different train stations that are attached to each other.
Oh, okay.
Place. St. Pancras is like where people can get the train to France and stuff, but also trains to other parts of London. Whereas King's Cross is like more all like national trains. Mostly.
Yeah. Okay. I was hoping we would meet up, but
yeah, you almost crossed over.
Yeah. It's weird that they just don't just give up and be like, right, they're the same place, because they are just the same. They're separated by a road.
I think historically, sorry, we're going off topic for a moment. They were owned by different railway companies, and all the people from this railway company got the train from King's Cross, and all the people in this different railway company had to go from St. Pancras. And frankly, St. Pancras is prettier.
And the area is called King's Cross, which is even more confusing.
It's true.
There's no area of London called St. Pancras. London's
John Betjeman liked it very much, and there's a big statue of him. The train. We're not talking about trains. The white vans you're following turn right up between King's Cross and I've forgotten what the area next to it's called. It goes up the middle of King's Cross basically, and then up to the top.
Caledonian Road.
I was going to say I've literally walked up that street with you at some point, Michelle. And then
the LGBT group there.
And then around King's Cross, it turns left and doubles back on itself and goes back around, as if it's doing a circle around King's Cross. It stops at the top.
Okay. What do we see?
The vehicles you're in stop further back.
Can I see what's going on?
The driver of one of the vehicles gets out and talks to another. They seem to be in sort of argumentative discussion. They could be doing this on the phone, frankly, but they seem to be deciding to do it in person for reasons that are entirely their own. It looks like they're not taking the stuff out.
Okay.
Are you staying in the vehicle while they're doing this?
That seems like the smart move, but I'm just going to ask first. Are we going to hang back here? Is that the plan?
For now. They haven't stopped yet. Well, they haven't until they take the things out the back. Give me one moment. And she does something. And it looks like she's suddenly looking harder. It's like her eyes look a lot more intensely coloured. I can probably see in the dark better than you. And the people get back into the cars. They drive round past the industrial access garage I described earlier and stop a bit further down. So they've come all the way around St Pancras. So they've come all the way around King's Cross. And they're now between King's Cross and St Pancras, and they've stopped down there.
Are we going to the British Library?
They're close to that, but they're more like the Crick kind of level.
Okay.
The Crick Institute's a big science building that's behind the British Library and opposite St Pancras. Sorry, I'm relying too much on local knowledge here.
I know it very, very well.
Me
I've
too.
been up there 1,000 times. I would go up there, get the train back to Streatham when I lived in Streatham. Yeah. So I'm just thinking to myself, is that where we're going? The big science place? Wait, the big science place, and these are people who from a place that have been doing test subjects. I'm thinking this, I'm not saying it out loud. This is okay. And I'm like, I have a feeling we're here, I say out loud to Vance and Felicity.
Here? What do you mean? There's nothing. They haven't taken anyone out yet.
Just wait. If I'm right, then the people in those vans are in trouble.
The vans go further down and take a right, so between the British
I was
Library
wrong,
and the Crick.
Vance, I'm sorry.
And they go between the British Library and the Crick, up the side of the Crick, and then take a right into the car park under the Crick.
I turned around and was like, I was right. Yeah. This is big sciencey building.
For people watching, yes, it's the Francis Crick Institute is what I'm describing. It's a big kind of... Oh, I'm trying to think of the name of the shape of it. It's like, it's kind of... If you think of a... I've forgotten the names of the big...
Imagine if like if Mordor had a building, but it was like silver and chrome instead. You know what I mean? That is an accurate description, even if you can't picture what that looks like.
It's a large kind of curved building on top, and it's got many, many shutters that open and close during the day, depending on how much sunlight there is.
Yeah, if it was like a jet black building with all that, you would think that's a building from Mordor, is what that is.
It looks very eerie. It's the kind of building where you can look at it from the side and you can literally see everyone in all the offices walking around. It's like a kind of ant farm. That's enough of the building. It's nighttime. It's lit up, but there's no one in that you can see. That's where the cars have pulled into. And the people you're with say, it's good to know where they are, but we can't go in there right now. That's a huge place.
I've got an idea.
What's your idea?
Look at me.
Felicity turns and looks. Vance turns.
Do I look like someone who has been following a bunch of vans from Silver, whatever it's called?
Honestly, you look like a kid who's out past her bedtime.
Exactly. Let me get my bike and see if I can sneak around and get not really sneak around, but cycle around the car park as if I'm just, a normal, and see if I can see anything.
Okay, I'm going to switch back to Felix now. Trying to balance this. I'm sorry if I'm not doing the best.
Hey, fine.
The vampires haven't come out. Well, the people that you saw go into that part of the underground sewer haven't come out. There might be others in there, but you're not getting a sense of it from where you are.
Okay. So talk to me about this sewer cover thing.
Okay,
that
so
went down.
It's like a grating thing that if you're very strong you can lift up, or if you've got a tool you can lift up. Below that's like a ladder kind of space, and then you get down into like a tunnel.
Okay. So it's not like a solid cover, it's like a lattice. Like it's
got holes in it, but it's fairly solid.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
I was thinking about improvise welding it shut.
Ooh, you could try that.
Yeah.
Now, would you get your camera out from under there first, or?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd get it out.
Just double checking.
And then I think I would want to use like improvised gear. I'm not sure if it's like I don't think that the real world has acid that would do what I want as fast as I want. So I think I'll try to like weld it with fire.
What if Felix souped up a soldering iron so that it was a lot stronger than it should be? Maybe a gas-powered one, and you can
Yeah.
give it more power. It will, and you could like seal it around the edge.
So I'm thinking, well, my hope is that they'll be coming back closer towards daylight, and then that'll severely mess up their plan. I don't know. We'll see.
On the plus side for them, where they're stuck isn't in daylight, so they can't get out. But at least they're not stuck in a place that means actual death for them immediately. Well, final death. Your improv weapons gives you a bonus in craft. So let's call this intelligence craft, I think. And we'll just see how well this does. Six successes. That is. Oh, I was thinking, how have you done that? Because I'm seeing a lot of things. You got a crit.
Oh, the improvised gear gives you 2.
Yeah. So, do you want to describe how this happens?
Yeah, I think it's what you said. I think he basically runs electricity through like a piece of rebar or something that he's got some clamps onto. There's like coils like wrapped around it, plugged into some kind of battery that he's jury rigged together. And then he just goes around slowly melting all of the edges shut.
That is one sealed entrance now. Or exit.
And then I think he probably, I remember we said we were going to make like a map of the other entrances in and out. And so if there's other close ones by, he might tag a couple of other ones. But
I think with a crit, I'll let you away with that without further rolls. You've got the police on your side, so if anyone sees you doing it, you're not going to get bothered.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think like, yeah, I don't know. I think that's good. That's probably enough for the night.
Okay, Michelle's dropped out again. My dramatic flip is ruined.
Oh no!
The internet be a problem tonight.
Yeah, maybe it's sunspots. I don't know.
I do sometimes wonder if they do like their major works on the internet when they assume that no one else is using it. Check the. So you've sealed up a few entrances. I just need to. Oh yeah.
He doesn't really have like a plan. He's kind of just doing it to see what happens.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to tip his hand in the sense that like they're going to know someone knows about them now.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible with some of the powers they have, they might be able to break it apart anyway, but it's that you've left in a reason that they should be worried. Sonia, you okay there?
Yes.
Just double checking.
I was
interneted.
Yeah, I think Felix is just trying to sow a little discord and see what they do about it, you know?
Okay. Thinking about how I do this next bit. Where is... Felix, you get a text from Simon. While they've been asking people around if they've seen anything in that area where they were looking, where you were, by St. Pancras, where the documents were found, They've been asking people if they'd seen anything suspicious, and they got a description from a couple of people and a photograph of someone. And he sends the photograph to you to see if it's anyone that you recognise from your travels.
Okay.
So I have to ask at this point about what this person looks like. So when you see this picture of the person that is exactly the person you've been looking for and the reason you came to England in the first place, what does this person look like?
Oh, I hadn't actually thought of that.
Do you want me to come back to you?
Yeah, sure.
I have a name for them. It's Jean Valin.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. Sonia. We're doing some stealth cycling.
We're not really stealth cycling because the plan is that I'm going to look like someone who is just cycling around because London has those, and I don't look like your average hunter.
Yeah, late night cycling, absolutely a thing. Just person coming back from their shift or going to work. I don't know.
That's the plan.
Okay, it's going to be. Okay, I think this is going to be a dexterity awareness because you're trying to be dexterous about riding your bike, but you're also being aware of what you're looking at. And to make you roll drive would be a cruelty at this point because I've just seen what you've got in drive.
Thank you for giving me a shot. I've got 2 successes.
Okay.
That's my best roll all night. I've got my first one.
You successfully, you get your bike out the back of the car and you start cycling around the building. You can't see evidence of where the cars are, but there's an underground section of car park, which is where they've taken them into.
Can I peek in there while I'm cycling by?
You won't see much from the roadway. It's only a small road, but it's also there's a lot of cameras around. You are clocking that. This science building is worried about people doing exactly what you're doing. That's Logan's sheet. This is not going to help you at all.
Oh well. I'm going to stop, and I'm going to start just take my phone out and call Vance in the car. So it looks like I'm just a cyclist who stopped to make a phone call.
Okay. What are you going to say?
Be careful. There's loads of cameras around here. I'm on camera right now. I just stopped to make it look like I've stopped to take a phone call while I'm cycling home or something. They've gone underground. I can't see that far inside, but yeah, this is definitely where they've stopped. What should I do now, Vance?
And you think they're unloading?
I believe so.
Okay. I think the best thing to do now is to come back. We know where they're taking them. That's more than we started out knowing.
Okay, I'll be right there. See you in a bit. Bye. And I hang up, and I start just messing with my phone a bit more. I put it in my pocket, cycle back to the car, put my bike in the boot, and get in the car.
Okay. Felix, what does this man look like?
Yeah, he's a very gaunt, kind of severe-looking guy. I was picturing, I don't know how to say this actor's name, but he played Linoge in Star of the Century, which was a Stephen King thing. He's got very deep cheeks. He's kind of balding on top. He just looks like a middle-aged guy with super intense eyes.
That's who you've seen in the picture. How does that make Felix feel?
I honestly, I think he just starts to shake a bit, and then he drops to his knees and lets go of the photo, and is just overcome with emotion for a moment.
I think that's where we'll draw it to a close for this session. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Thank you to my players, and in a moment I'll pass to them because I forgot to do that in my last game of Vampire, and I will let them say who they are and promote anything they might want to promote. In fact, let's do that now. I'll start with you, Logan.
Hi, I'm Logan. I'm playing Felix Ducat, who you just found out is probably not his real name. Maybe next time we'll find out his actual name if he and Sonia ever talk to each other again.
And have you got anything to promote or anything elsewhere?
Nope, nothing else to promote.
Okay.
Just happy to play with you guys.
Yay! And Michelle?
Yeah, Fallout on Sunday, coming up to the final stretch, and then once Fallout's at an end on Sunday, on alternate Sunday nights, I'm going to be running a game called Worldwide Wrestling.
That is exciting.
So come join us on Tales of Myth and Mayhem Wrestling.
You're working up to the voice, I can tell.
Well, all of the commentators all sound like this. It's probably because they've all taken so many steroids, it's fucked their vocal cords forever. Baha! They don't make up baha. That was me. But yeah, the players will be wrestlers. I'll be like the TV show director of like an episode of Raw or SmackDown or whatever. And the players will roleplay feuds and fights.
I'm really intrigued about how this is going to work. Can't wait to see it.
I've read the book once, and I don't really understand how it works yet. I'm going to have to read it again.
I have to remember to do all the bits now. Okay, next on the channel will be Die RPG, which will be tomorrow, hopefully.
I'm in that.
And then on Saturday there'll also be Masks of Nyarlathotep, our continuing Call of Cthulhu game. More Vampire, hopefully a week on Friday. I'm sorry we had to miss the last session. A couple of people were sick, so we couldn't play. But they've got stuff to catch up on, some of which may overlap with things we've just done. And yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, please leave a like or subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, thank you very much. Please leave a follow. And thank you very much, and have a good rest of your night.
Bye.
Bye.